Hi, my name is Heather. I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been living in Pittsburgh for about 25 years, and I am taking a sabbatical from being an artist because I was diagnosed with mold illness. And I've had ongoing health problems in a fairly consistent way and severe enough way for the past 20 years that it's made it really hard for me to build a life. And I was diagnosed with mold illness or some mold exposure in my body last fall and thought I was doing well. And then this March, um, I caught a viral respiratory infection that put me out for about 9.5 weeks. It was really scary. And of course, I'm in self isolation for the pandemic, and I tested negative for COVID. But I found a new doctor who was right up the street because I basically had the plague and no one ever wants to really see you. She's a naturopath. Her name is Dr. Maureen Tai. And she heard my diagnosis about mold and said, well, you've not really cleared out the mold. This is why you're having a hard time with the virus. And that made sense to me. And she said, you should check out Dr. Jill Krista. She's like, I work really closely with her. And Dr. Krista has a book, and she's got a website, and she makes videos on YouTube, lots of little tips for people who have mold illness. And so I am now that I'm sort of officially recovered from the virus, I'm starting to do the prep work to get my body ready for a detox, which I think I was doing a lot of it at the start of the viral thing. So I think I sort of had a running start on things. But I just wanted to sort of log my journey, partly for myself so I can go back and look at it, but also to help other people. I feel like there's a lot of women, especially, I don't know a lot of men who have trouble with these things, but I know a lot of women, when you get to my age, and I'm, in my 40s, you get to my age and things just aren't good, and I've tried Whole30, I've tried Metabolic Balance, I've tried Keto Green, I've tried gluten-free, sugar-free vegan. I've tried all these different ways of sort of encouraging my body to sort of do what it does, because the body wants to heal. The body's impulse is to set things right. And things would work for a while, and then they would sort of fall off, and I'd be like, why am I not able to stabilize this, the things that I was experiencing? And I have other complications. It's not just mold or fungus or mold or biotoxins. But once I started working with Dr. Tai and learning more from Dr. Krista about what mold sickness includes, she has a really great questionnaire. You could go there and fill it out. It was just like light bulb after light bulb. It was like, oh my God, that's me. Oh my God, that's me. Bad eyes, suddenly having just bad vision, and then it gets better. And then, what else? Ringing ears. I've had an ear ringing for 20 years, and in this ear, it's not bad, but it's I've noticed it got really, really bad during my viral infection, and that's probably because I was starting to do some detoxing, and the fungus was fighting back. The mold was fighting back, which is what it does. So these are the things that I'm doing currently. I'm eating the rainbow. That means having 5 to 7 servings of colorful veggies and very limited fruits. I can have berries. So I'm doing that every day. I have to get outside every day and get sun on my face. This is not something that I've done a lot of because I have had multiple jobs, and I was gigging and I was playing at night, and so my schedule has always been wonky, and I'm learning to normalize my schedule. So after this, I'm going to go outside into this beautiful afternoon and get some sun on my face. I'm taking supplements, and I'll share that a little bit more about that, maybe next week on my log. But the big thing that I'm doing, and my goal for the month of June, is to get rid of possessions and to find a place to live, or figure out where I'm going to live. I found out after moving suddenly out of my last apartment last fall, because the building was moldy, that the current apartment I'm in has an active just started an active water leak. And not only that, if you're living in a place that has patchwork of previous water damage, that's, who knows if that's been remediated correctly, and if that's still kicking out mycotoxins, which are odorless, which are the things that do the real damage to your body. So yeah, so I'm going to be trying to find myself a safe place to live. The number one thing you can do if you have mold illness is to avoid mold. Your chances of recovering and the rate and speed of your recovery is so much easier if you can just get yourself out of the situation. So that's my goal. And the thing that I didn't know is that you can't take things with you from place to place to place. So if you had stuff, and I lived in a house, I had a townhouse that had water damage issues, and I remediated twice. I took all that, I was there for 14 years. I took all that stuff out and moved it into subsequent apartments that had mold issues and water damage issues. So I'm basically getting rid of everything that I own. I'm doing this hardcore because I'm sick of this. Every time I try to do stuff with music and travel and make progress as an artist, I get the rug pulled out from under me because I get sick. I get wiped out so fast, and I'm just wiped out so fast. And it's just like, how can I never have the stability to actually do anything, even though I made 5 records, right? Like, so I've been really active, and like I just was like, no, I'm not going to hustle for this anymore. I'm going to get myself better, and then I'm going to see how I can be an artist. So avoiding mold means getting rid of stuff that was in previous locations. And then anything that's like non-essential, that's like personal to me, that I love, has to go in plastic containers so there's no cross-contamination, and put away in storage. So I'm going to be left with just the essential things. And I bought a couple new pieces of furniture for this new apartment I had moved into last October. So I'm going to keep those because they haven't been exposed long enough, I don't feel. And I'm going to start buying a couple new clothes. I'm going to buy some new clothes. Just a few things, enough to get me through a week, because I'm going to remain in self-isolation until the pandemic is kind of done. I don't feel comfortable going out in public when I got that sick. So that's my log. Today is June 2nd, if I didn't say that, June 2nd, 2020. And I will be back next week to talk more about what things I'm taking, and to just log in about how things are going. Maybe talk a little bit more about my current symptoms. Okay, bye.